people gonna say, "Oh, I'm
That's
here
crazy.
now."
That's crazy.
LeBron was just running through. He was running through them. He was running through the Pacers.
Because KD, look, you gotta understand. They needed KD. They wouldn't make the playoffs.
And always, like and subscribe, man. The ultimate trio.
Hit that like button. Let's put this up. Welcome back to another one. The ultimate trio. We back
What's up?
Today we are covering some baseball and some football. Baseball wise, we got the All-Star break coming on right now. We got the home run derby that just happened last night. There's been some talk about how the format this year kind of, plays favor to the second guy instead of the guy going first. We had Julio Rodriguez, for example. I think I saw he hit 62 home runs, more home runs than Juan Soto. Juan Soto ended up winning, the home run derby. So, the talk today has been, should the MLB go back to this 10 outs format, which if people don't know, anything that's not a home run is considered an out. You only get 10 of them. So, I personally, I don't think we should go back to the 10 outs. I think that was, it takes the excitement out of it. But I do think there's got to be some sort of fix to that because, it happened 2 years in a row where, Pete Alonso didn't out hit Vladdy home run wise and he still won. And this year, Juan Soto didn't out hit, Julio Rodriguez and won the home run derby. There's definitely an advantage for hitting second and staying hitting second.
Mm-hmm.
I think there needs to be some sort of rule change, some just a little bit of a fix. I think the time I think it's 3 minutes or something like that, and the timeout, and then the distance bonus. I think all that stuff is good. I just I think something needs to happen or some rule change needs to happen where that second guy can't just get by hitting 10 one round, 13 another round, and then 10 in the final, and then win it. Like I just don't think that should happen. So, what do you guys think?
Yeah, I agree with that. In terms of the time thing, I think it's critical to keep the time thing because we need the drama. That's what the time, keeps in there. So that I definitely agree with that. And also, with the going second all the time, there needs to be like a logical way of deciding who goes first, who goes second, or who gets that, I guess privilege, per se, to go second because it does have its perks. So there's got to be a good reason why somebody, goes second instead of just, for whatever. So, I mean, but that's my only thing with that. I think it was good. In terms of that, and the distance thing bonus is really good too. It makes it exciting. But just that, in terms of, I guess, the positioning, who goes first and second, they could probably come up with a better idea.
Yeah, and I think this year they did it by seeding, and you base seeding off of how many home runs they have in the regular season. But still, I don't think that should be. I understand the first round, you seed it out that way, but I think you can do furthest home run. You can do, highest exit velo. You can do a lot of different things to kind of, set who hits second, who hits first. But I agree with what you said about the time. Last night, obviously, our Pujols, that was very exciting to watch. Watching that old man hit home runs and that drama that that last bonus time where you had to hit or overtime where you had to hit 7 against Schwarber. Like that was fun to watch. So I think the time helps. But yeah, what you think, Adonis?
I think I like the Albert Pujols how they invited him out. I like it. Our Pujols, I feel like it was scripted in my opinion. I think it was a little scripted. I don't know because I can't see how Kyle Schwarber allows a man like it's a legend. So like I feel like he wanted him to win. I feel like it was better for like the world, like the MLB fans to see him and fans create the the excitement for him, like him, Juan Soto. I had Juan Soto winning before the whole thing, so I was like, yeah, sir, But it was definitely an upset. For the home run thing, like the setting, I think it's his perks. Like the person that's going second, I feel like it's pressure. I feel like it's a little bit pressure. Like if it's in the 20s, like the first person, like how Julio Rodriguez, I believe he went first, and then Ramirez went second. And so I feel like it was a lot of pressure to Ramirez when he had to try to get to 30. And so there's perks between the first and second. Obviously it's an advantage when the first person hits like 15, 16, and the second person is like, it's a little light, but when it says 20, I feel like, it's a little bit
And no
harder.
matter what they was doing last night, it wasn't gonna catch up to Julio.
Yeah.
It was not catching
But
up.
like that's the thing, though. Between the first 2 rounds, he already had 60-something odd home runs. He hit 32 in the first round and hit 30-something in the second.
Yeah,
So, you know what I mean? Like,
but that's crazy though.
It's just tough. Like I understand, like, the pressure is on when you're hitting second because you have to match a number. But when a dude has to hit 30 just to feel comfortable, like that's just something has to. If you hit 30 round one, if you hit the most home runs in the first round, you gotta hit. You have the right to hit second. You know what I mean? Like, but anyway, the MLB should look into that, and in my opinion, they should change some sort of ruling and just tweak it just a little bit. But sticking with Juan Soto, breaking news that's happened, right before the home run derby, the Nationals offered him a contract to make him the richest player in the MLB. They offered him 15 years of $440 million, and he turned it down.
Yeah.
Now, there's
a lot of money.
There's different views you can have on this. Mine is that he just wants out of there. He wants to win. I feel like he put winning, ahead of the money, and which I respect him, and I love to see that because nowadays people are just chasing the money. They're not going, they're going to a team because they can pay them, $350 million for 8 years. They're not going to a team where they can compete, be a contender, and compete in the playoffs, which and it will solidify any sort of legacy that you want to build. Yeah, you can have money, you can do all that, but I respect him for turning down the money, and hopefully, if it all pans out and he goes to a contender for less money, then it proves me right. But I think that's why he did it. I think he's just tired of the Nats. He's not seeing the Nationals building and being competitive in the next couple of years because they're not. That team is terrible. He's literally the only player, and honestly, he's had a lackluster first half, and I think because of the environment that he's in is the reason why he's having that. So I believe he turned it down just to get out of there and get a new atmosphere. I mean, he did what he can. He brought a World Series over there. The kid was 20 years old when he did that. The following years after that, he's just been, a star for you guys and you guys as the Nats fans. And I just feel like that he just wants out of there. He wants to go to a contender, and the money don't really matter to him.
But the thing is, my counter to that, Rod, was that he it was in 2019. That's just 3 years ago that they won. So I mean, he did win. I mean, they're not gonna win.
That's what I'm saying. They won, but name 2 guys that are on that roster that are there now.
Well, yeah, I guess
you know what I mean. They're heading into a rebuild, and I don't think he wants to be part of it. They say they're gonna build around him, but then again, man, you putting $440 million in one dude, how can you build around that? We seen that in the NFL. Aaron Rodgers, he's taking up $50 million a year. They can't pay nobody else. You know what I mean? And that's a lot of money tied up in one person to build around. So yeah, I don't know. What you think, Adonis?
Juan Soto. I think Juan Soto doesn't want to be there for that long. And I don't even think organization-wise it's good to give a man 15 years, 14 years, because that's a lot of years, and he's going to be older by the time his contract, and he's not going to give up a lot in his years. And Juan Soto, I like the man, obviously, he's Dominican, so, I got to support the man a little bit more than a lot of people. But yeah, I would like to see him leave, if he go to the Yankees somehow. I don't know how, but if he go to the Yankees, not to the Boston Red Sox like this man Rob Boy, because he gonna be if he sees that,
one of these and
but like what Anthony said though, they won like 3 years ago, so they saw what happened. He probably gonna take another like a Bryce Harper move. Like he wanted to leave because he saw the team. But it's my opinion, about Juan Soto.
But I didn't really finish what I was saying on my take. I was just countering. Before I get into my take, we said right on this podcast that whenever we're wrong, right, we're gonna come out and say it. And the last time we talked about baseball, we talked about the Yankees breaking the record and stuff. And Adonis said that the Yankees were gonna play the Blue Jays, right? And then I said that they wouldn't. That they didn't play the Blue Jays anymore, so I was wrong because I don't know why I didn't come up on my stat sheet, but they do play the Blue Jays. All right, but now coming back to Juan Soto. So if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure he's 23 years old. That puts it at 15 years to when he's 38. They're obviously they're paying him for his potential, or he's asking for his potential.
Like his prime, yeah.
So I mean, yeah, obviously he's a very good player, and that's pretty much the going rate for players of that caliber. Right now, obviously, I would like him to. They're saying it's pretty. Most people think his trade is imminent before the trade deadline, and later on we'll probably have
especially
episode
now,
about that.
He turned down the contract. I don't see him, staying there.
Yeah, so that I do. That would make kind of sense for him to ask for a ridiculous amount, to just not be there. And also I just saw a few minutes ago that it seems like from what his camp is saying that the Nationals leaked out that information. He's not happy that they leaked out that he rejected that trade, so he's not happy about that. But I mean, I would like to see him come to the Yankees. Obviously, there's a lot of hoops to jump to go through that. But the thing is that, I mean,
it's a lot more than hoops.
Yeah, a lot more than hoops.
I gotta go through a whole Circus Soleil to get them there.
Yeah, the rings of fire and everything to go through that. But yeah, I mean, hey, it's player empowerment, and he has the right to choose where he wants to go. It is a lot of money, but that's what they're going for. So I would like to see him obviously go to a contender, someplace but I want to see him put the effort into playing, because one thing is player empowerment, but you also have to prove that you're worthy of that. So if you sign a contract for that kind of money, obviously not everybody's Mike Trout, but we see Mike Trout putting in the effort to improve his contract. And Aaron Judge hasn't gotten the contract yet, but he's proving why he should get it. So get it, you got to prove it.
Now
I try to make the playoffs.
In hindsight, the Nats leaking this information, that's gonna help Judge out, because Judge is gonna be like, I'm having a way better year than Soto, and they give him 440. Just throwing that out there. That doesn't help y'all's case at all. But either way, we'll come back to that. We're gonna go ahead and change gears, change sports. NFL right around the corner. Get your fantasy leagues going. You know what I mean? Get your people going. Get your
EMC
out there. We all in one right here. So what's it? I think our league's called like Thunder Mufflin League or something like that. The Office. But either way, so there's a special take I want to do today, and Saquon Barkley is obviously Giants running back who has a tremendous upside. Kind of got hurt last year and wasn't able to perform, the way he wanted to. So we're gonna do something called "Who Would You Rather" Saquon Edition. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna name out some running backs. You guys choose who would you rather, Saquon or said running back that I'm going to say. And, then we'll go on about it. And if there's disagreement there, we'll get to the end and we'll come back to the ones that, we want to, go in and argue.
Just before you start, Rado, just making sure for the people hearing us, you going based off of fantasy football or real life?
Real life, like if you were a GM, president.
Okay.
And
real life football, not fantasy.
All right. Who would you rather pick between these two? Not fantasy. This is just strictly NFL GM mode.
Okay.
So first running back is David Montgomery.
David Montgomery. I'll take David Montgomery.
I don't know. You started with a tough one.
That is a good one, though.
Saquon Barkley.
Austin Eckler. Josh Jacobs.
Saquon Barkley. I'll get Saquon.
Josh Jacobs.
Wow.
Leonard Fournette.
Leonard Fournette.
I don't know, because Leonard Fournette, see, today it came out, he's like super overweight.
Yeah,
Wow.
I seen that.
No
I seen
problem.
that. Yeah, the coach.
But we talking
I feel
about
like
Tampa Bay
I
organization.
still have a little bit more faith in that situation with Leonard Fournette, so I'll go with Leonard Fournette.
You said
You
Leonard
gotta slow it down.
Yeah, Leonard Fournette.
Kareem Hunt.
Kareem Hunt.
I say Saquon.
Melvin Gordon.
Saquon Barkley.
Saquon.
Yeah, sir. I knew it.
We're gonna go with the other tandem. Javonte Williams.
Ooh, Javonte Williams. I like his upside more than Saquon.
Javonte Williams.
All right, now another tandem. Aaron Jones.
Aaron Jones.
Yeah, Aaron Jones.
AJ Dillon.
AJ doesn't get as many touches as Saquon though. What?
Wow.
He
That's
didn't
tough.
really have much of a.
If he had his own team, it would be.
You know what?
I say Saquon.
I'll go with Barkley.
Yeah, Saquon.
All right. So I mean, there weren't really much of a disagreement and much of them, unless you guys have one that stood out with you the most that you guys wanted to divulge in.
Did you say Anthony? Did you say Melvin Gordon?
No, I said Saquon on that one. I said Saquon.
You gotta make sure because you know.
Yeah, I said Josh Jacobs.
And I said Barkley.
Yeah, I said Josh Jacobs because I mean, I don't know. Barkley hasn't done much for me in a while, and I don't know. It's not like he's in a great offense either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, what I've seen like his first 2 seasons was amazing. Like his rookie year, he had an amazing rookie year because So I just think I feel like if he has a full season healthy, I feel like he's one of the top running backs. So he's not in a great offense. He has Daniel Jones as quarterback, as an offensive line, subpar offensive line, not a great coaching staff. So,
But in my opinion, even at his best, Saquon Barkley, even in a fully healthy season, I don't think he's a top 5 running back.
Wow.
At his best, I don't think he's better than. I mean,
but
top
10 though.
No, yeah, that's true. But I don't think I don't put him ahead of Derrick Henry. I don't put him ahead of Christian McCaffrey, assuming healthy seasons, right? I don't put him ahead of those caliber guys, Jonathan Taylor. But he's at his best, obviously he's top 10. But because his offense as well, has to do with it.
Okay, well that was the running back edition of Who Would You Rather. Now my man's Anthony has the wide receiver, so go ahead and take it over.
All right. Well, actually, quarterbacks. I'm
quarterbacks. My apologies. Quarterbacks.
Yeah. So, all right. So what we're gonna do is with Jalen Hurts, right? And because that's the guy that I'm big on this year. These guys will probably try to steal him from me because they know I'm big on him in fantasy. But in real life, like Rado said, we're gonna go with real life football here. So with Jalen Hurts, let's see what you guys think. So Kyler Murray, same format. Would you rather? Kyler Murray.
Kyler Murray.
Okay. Dak Prescott.
Oh,
Hurts.
I got Dak. I got Dak. Cowboys hater. He a Cowboys hater. I can smell it.
I'm not saying I disagree with him. I'm just saying, that says a lot about Dak. Matthew Stafford.
Matthew Stafford.
All right. Aaron Rodgers.
Well, yeah, Aaron Rodgers.
And hers is in a better offense. I'm gonna go with Hurts.
Oh! Wow. Okay. All right. Derek Carr.
Jalen Hurts.
Okay. Joe Burrow.
Joe Burr. You know what I'm saying? Joe Burr.
Okay.
Shiesty.
Justin Herbert.
Justin Herbert.
All right. Let's see here now. Russell Wilson.
Wilson.
I got Jalen Hurts.
That's wild.
All right, and the last one, Kirk Cousins.
Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts.
Hey, the most
I like Kirk Cousins.
value quarterback in the league, Kirk Cousins. I'm going with Kirk.
That? You like that?
All right.
You like that?
You like that? You like that?
I like that.
You gotta like that, right?
Any of these y'all want to go back on?
Which one was the one that said we got to tally back on? Dak Prescott one.
Dak Prescott.
Yeah, I'm going with Jalen Hurts, man. Dak Prescott. Well, first off, Jalen Hurts performed way better than Dak Prescott ever did, and he's a way lesser team. So I like Jalen. He got a better upside. He can move a little bit more. Arm wise, I think Dak got him a little bit, but I think give Jalen a couple wide receivers in a couple years, and he'd be able to sling that thing. You know, Dak Prescott, he's had a top 5 running back. He had a top, arguably you could probably say, top 10 wide receiver in Amari Cooper. An incredible defense. Well, not incredible, but on paper, a defense that should have performed better. Dak Prescott has had a higher platform, a higher ceiling, and Jalen Hurts hasn't and has done better with what he has. So
and O-line too. The Cowboys for a while had a really good O-line too.
Said that's why they had a top 5 running back. Jalen Hurts don't got none of that. He just not got AJ Brown, which hopefully will come into fruition. He'll be able to do some things out there. They made playoffs last year, wild card team. So I don't, I like.
All right. Let me say, Jalen Hurts has not proven to me as a pass quarterback. Like how we said things about Lamar, he hasn't proven me as a passing quarterback. Same thing goes with Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts, we saw in the playoffs against Tampa Bay. I know it's Tampa Bay, one of the great defenses, but he still played horrible in those playoffs, in those wild cards. I think he had like 2 or 3 interceptions out of playoff game, and they showed how bad his arm strength, his arm as a talent is. Obviously, you got AJ Brown that's gonna be a huge addition. I was in him and what's his name? The second-year wide receiver. Devontae Smith. Devontae Smith.
Yeah.
I think that's gonna be great. But Dak Prescott, I feel like he's proven it. Is that I feel like we just put too much pressure because they lose. And it's like they lost to San Francisco 49ers. Like that's a great team. Man. That's a great team. And so
but you say that Jalen don't got the arm, but threw for 3,100 yards.
3,100 yards.
16 touchdowns
in a 17-game season. That's booty.
Who's he
He don't got the arm that Prescott
who's he
has,
throwing to?
obviously.
Who's he throwing to?
He has professional wide receivers, so I expect him to play like a professional quarterback.
All right, but he doesn't have.
But that's his offense. So that's his offense is revolved around him in his legs in the running back. So I understand it though. I understand.
Yeah, but he don't have the arm that Prescott has. But I feel like he can develop. He can develop into it. It's not like it's Sam Darnold where he's had a bunch of chances and he's just it's just not there. I think that he still has a chance to show us, Jalen Hurts, that he can do it, and I think this year would be a great opportunity to do so.
But like I said, 3,100 yards for a dude who was throwing to a rookie, Devontae Smith. Who else is he throwing to? Y'all couldn't name the wide receiver 2 over there.
He had an okay tight end.
Arciaga Whiteside. I think Arciaga something. It's Arciaga something. I think. But that don't mean that he's nice though. The Eagles used to pretty.
But what I'm saying is that kind of Amari Cooper, CeeDee Lamb. What's this other dude?
Yeah. You're right.
Course, so come on, bro.
Yeah. You're right.
And he hasn't been.
He's more explosive though. Like he just has it. And Dak Prescott can still run the ball. Like he can still run the ball at a good level.
That ankle.
Not at Jalen Hurts level, no, but he can still run the ball.
Either way,
get you a little first down, get you a little touchdown.
I will put. No, I'm not gonna put no money down because we're not doing that on this podcast. But I will go out and say that Jalen Hurts will have a better season than Dak Prescott this year, and we can come back to this.
But how would you measure that though?
What you mean? I mean,
like how would you measure that? Because
Like you're ready, like
Y'all
cheating
want,
because
y'all want.
like,
Like Jalen Hurts could have, let's say for instance, like Jalen Hurts could win the MVP and Dak Prescott could throw for more touchdowns.
We could do total QBR then.
or we could do how they play against each other because they're in the same division. They play twice a year, so we can see how they play against each other.
We can do that, but I think total QBR. I think we could basically.
I don't think that's fair. Total QBR for your advantage, Rallo, because a player that throws the ball is gonna have a better QBR more. So I think a good idea would be who's closer, who ends up higher in the MVP votes.
All right,
They don't vote like that. I mean,
but don't they about like the top 3, top 4?
yeah, they wouldn't reach that if those two guys aren't in the top, in the conversation. They're not gonna.
Let's see who makes the Pro Bowl.
We'll come back to it.
Yeah, we'll figure something out. But either way, I'm going clip it, head title it, put it as the
Dak Prescott
of this
Jalen
thing.
Hurts.
Jalen Hurts gonna have a better season than Dak Prescott. You heard it here first. It's the ultimate trio. We can't
They're in the same division.
episode.
All right, people.
All right, peace
Like
out,
and
y'all.
Appreciate you coming in.
subscribe.
Like and subscribe. Leave comments.
Like and subscribe.
Be on the show. Comment on our YouTube page so we know what's up. I've been getting a bunch of phone calls, text messages, but I can't do it like that. I can't keep track of everybody. Go ahead and comment. Say you would like to hop on there. We can make something work. You know what I mean? We can do any.
There's some support, you know what I'm saying?
And Instagram as well. Follow us on Instagram, Ultimate Trio Podcast as well. You can comment on the Instagram. We posted there.
And
on
TikTok.
the TikTok as well.
Yeah, sir.
So yeah, definitely let us know.
Let us know y'all topics and y'all opinions, man. If y'all got some topics y'all want us to hit, put it in the comments. If y'all disagree with what we say, put it in the comments. You might.
Don't worry. Next episode, I will have a hat.
All right, y'all. Like and subscribe. We out here.
Y'all, you're.